Hello, I'd like to take a moment today and go through the copy mode on the new Canon copy machine. If we go ahead and bring up a little piece of software, we'll see the control panel. And we're going to go ahead and enable the copy side. And once we're in copy mode, we are defaulting to black and white copies. It is a colored copy machine. But we can have the feature, we can go ahead and select the color. And we'll go ahead and pick auto color black and white. We will click OK. And now we're making color copies. But as you see, if we hit the reset button, it goes back to black and white. So again, select color, auto color black and white, click OK. Feed your document in the top feeder. Press the green start button on the touch panel, and you're making a color copy. Also within this menu, we have copy ratio. On the left side, we have some preset reductions. And on the right side, there are preset enlargements. Or you can use the touch keypad to key in a reduction or an enlargement. When we click OK, now you'll see that our percentage has been changed to 25%. Let's go ahead and clear that out by hitting the reset button. We also can select paper button. That will show us our trays and our multi-purpose tray. So you can direct your copy to a different tray. It is set to auto, so it will automatically know the size of document you are feeding through the top feeder, and it will pull from that appropriate tray. We can also load a piece of paper in the multi-purpose tray. For example, it's indicating that we have a letter R or letter rotated document. Once we hit the change button, we get our paper types to choose. You'd want to try to match the best you can the media that you're feeding. For example, if you're doing address labels, we do have a labels button. You want to enable that. Click OK. And now you set your multi-purpose tray to letter rotated labels. Once it runs out of media, or when you remove the extra media in the multi-purpose tray, it clears out and you'll have to go through these prompts again once you load that up again. Once we click OK, we'll get back to the copy mode. First button on the larger button on the left side, finishing. We can go through there. We can now staple. We're going to go staple and collate. Click next. Now we're seeing a corner staple. We can move that position in 4 different spots. A double staple, we can either do it on the left or the right side. And we also now have available a staple-free maximum of 5 pages. So it doesn't use a metal staple, it actually crimps the documents together. So we're going to load 2 sheets of paper, and we're going to have the staple-free chosen in the left corner. Click OK, hit start. And as you can see, in our upper left corner, we have a crimp, no metal staple, and it's attached fairly well. Makes it easily removable. Also available to us, we're going to go ahead and click reset. We have our 2-sided, so if you want to do front and back copying, that's available to you there. Either if you have a single sheets to 2-sided or a 2-sided document to 2-sided, so on and so forth. Under the density menu, you can lighten or darken your copies if you prefer. And also, if you enable the auto button, that takes care of 2 things. If you're making a copy on If your original is on colored paper and you're outputting a copy on white paper, turning it to auto will remove that grayscale or the gray backgrounding. It will also prevent what's called bleed through. So if you're doing a two-sided copy, what can happen is the back side can invert onto the front side and bleed through the page. Turning on auto will help eliminate that. So a couple options in the option category. We're going to go into that menu. We're going to page down to page 4. We have what's called copy ID card in the first row. And that can help if you need to make a copy of an identification card. I'll just get my Gas Savers card here. So when we enable that feature, it gives us some instructions on where to lay down the front side and the back side of the card. So we're going to open up the feeder lid, and the front side we're going to go in the upper corner. Close our lid, click OK, click close, hit the start button. And now the instructions are prompting us, turn the card over, then press the start key. So we're going to take our card and flip it over on the back side. Hit the green start button again. And when that's finished, then we get our copy that gets outputted onto the output tray. And as you can see, the front and the back are offset or positioned on the paper, so there isn't any guessing or figuring out where the back side needs to be positioned. Also available to us in options under page 1 is what's called job build. And that is in the first column, second row, job build. We're going to enable that. We're going to close that screen. This can come in handy if, for example, you want to make a copy of an invoice and let's say a check. And we want to build that job into a one-page document. So invoice on the front side, check on the back side. Well, one more setting we need to change is in two-sided. We're going to enable the one-sided to two-sided. Well, unfortunately, we have to set up job build because we can't put the check on the top feeder or we're going to get a jam. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our invoice, we're going to feed that first, and we're going to hit the start button. And now we have another prompt window that comes up and it wants us to load the next document. So we're going to take the check and we're going to put that on the glass. So open up the feeder, orient the check in any orientation you want, but I suggest putting a blank sheet of paper over that check so we don't get any cutoff due to rotation. And then we're going to hit the green start button again. And once we're finished loading our documents, building our job, so to speak, when we're done with that, then we have a start copy button. Press that, and then we'll get our output. And now we have our invoice and our check on one piece of paper. Well, thank you for viewing this video. If you need any other assistance, please reach out to the Gordon Flesch Technical Support Center. Thank you.